Hello, everybody. It's time for another Chuck Chat. It's January the 20th, 2021. I'm going to share my screen with you here. Always like to start off with a little bit of humor. Another reason it's hard to see friends in the winter. All the masks and the coats and everything. Hi there. Hey, I have no idea who that was, especially with our mask on lately. We can't tell who we are anymore. I'll work on being warm and sunny just as soon as January does. The first time someone liked a post. Cowboy leaning on a fence post. Nice job. Sorry, son, there's no app for that. Yeah, that's the first time in probably 13 years I had to shovel off the sidewalk at my house. We had about 4 inches up there. My kids went sledding for the first time in about 10 years. COVID-19 in Westminster. These are the numbers since March the 9th of 2020. We've had 29 cases amongst our residents. Unfortunately, 3 deaths. 21 residents have recovered and 5 are currently recovering. Amongst our associates, we've had 39 cases. Most have recovered. 3 are currently recovering with light symptoms. Total tested, including residents, staff, and private caregivers, has been over 6,000. Of course, we've been doing twice a week test in the healthcare center for many months. And our infection rate is 1.35%. The infection rate in the Travis County area is 13%, I believe, almost 10 times what ours is currently. Just to give you an idea of the tracker results for Texas, you can see we're still bumping along pretty high. We'd really like to see our numbers trend down again. And then cumulative cases for Texas, we're well above 2 million cases. If you've been paying attention to the news at all, you're aware that there are no ICU beds left in Travis County. And they've opened up the convention center to handle overflow. They also reached out to us and others for possibility of using our beds. We're not going to do that because we're trying to reserve our beds for our independent living residents. I did shut down things last week due to 3 independent living residents coming down with COVID on the same day. Yes, they did all 3 receive the first round of vaccine, but again, it's not really 95% effective until we get the second dose, and then it's 14 days after the second dose. So at this time, there's no visitation, no group activities, no dining room no dining room service. So no services in the dining room. And I hope to restart at phase 2 reopening in early February, assuming we don't have any new cases. Appreciate everybody's cooperation. Phase 2, that means we'll go back to staff resident-led activities, about 20 or less, some limited indoor activities up to 30 in Harrisville Hall, up to 50 outdoor activities with social distancing and mask. And then the Laurel Dining Room will hopefully open in early February if we have no new cases to reduce capacity to 25%. Again, Travis County is in stage 5. Hopefully early February we'll open up group activities again and allow visitation again. But given the state of the county and the ICU beds situation and the new cases for us in independent living, I felt like it was the best thing to do to shut down. In fact, I really believe that the country needs to shut down for 3 weeks or so and let things stabilize, because we continue to have more and more cases. Health center visitation guidelines still the same. Only essential caregivers are allowed at this time. So no just regular visits yet. Please do wear your mask, like London is wearing her mask here, covering your nose and your mouth. Question and answers for January 20th. What percent of IL residents opted not to have the vaccine? Very few residents, less than 1%. Some of those were due to being on hospice services already, some due to vaccine reactions in the past. Another question, what freedoms can we expect to have at Westminster after we receive the second vaccine dose? The vaccine will be most effective approximately 14 days after the second dose is received. We hopefully will be able to increase sizes of internal activities and events over time within Westminster, though there may be limits on outside presenters and activities for some time. We will also be able to increase capacity in the dining room, and we will slowly, methodically reopen as we were before. Question, when will we receive the second dose of the vaccine? The answer is Moderna's second dose will be distributed on Friday, January 22nd, so this Friday. The Pfizer second dose will be distributed on January the 28th and 29th, and we will reach out to you, each of you specifically, with a time, an assigned time to come to one of the vaccine clinics. Please don't show up early. Could we please have the in-care list updated more often? And I apologize for that. It'll be addressed, and that should be updated every 2 weeks going forward. I think it just fell off someone's radar. Would you describe what is going on with the Windsor Courtyard and the north end of Harris Bell Hall? Yes, I will address that in some slides after the construction update. Vaccine clinic schedule. So we have completed clinic 1. That's dose 1 for everyone in the community that needs the vaccine. We're still going through the first clinic for some associates. So the next clinic is actually the second clinic, where most everybody will receive the second dose that received the first dose. And then there'll be a few new staff members or new residents to us that may receive their first dose in the second clinic. And then of course we have a third clinic that will be coming where those folks will receive their second doses. But at this point, as of today, 99% of residents have been vaccinated. About 60% of our associates have been vaccinated with the first dose. Please watch for a document from Resident Health Services with your scheduled time for the vaccine clinic to be delivered to your homes. So we'll deliver a document directly to your door. Westminster nor LCS has any control over who gets the vaccine and when. We have worked diligently to get everyone that wishes to be vaccinated vaccinated as quickly as possible. And I'm really proud of the numbers that we're showing here today. Again, the Moderna vaccine clinic will be this Friday, January the 22nd. The Pfizer vaccine clinic's second doses will be Thursday, January 28th and Friday, January 29th. Please come to the clinic at your scheduled time. Do not come early. Try not to stand in line for very long. Come only at your assigned time. Please wear your mask properly, sanitize your hands, and maintain social distance. Please contact the health services office, the wellness clinic, or your own physician if you have questions about the vaccine. Excuse me. Construction update, just to show you the most recent picture of the Carlisle. You can see that the hole is finished and they're pouring the first level of concrete for the parking garage. This is level 3. You can see that right here. The columns are starting to be poured as well. So we're making a lot of progress. This is the Windsor infill tower. The columns are being poured for it. A lot of work has occurred in the courtyard. They have poured the majority of the concrete area outside of the restaurant. This is, of course, going to be the new walls for the restaurant will be brought out further. And I'll talk about the courtyard in just a second. Bridge number 2 work is ongoing. This is the work that is on the back of the bistro kitchen. And that will be opening up on each wall, so connecting the bridge to the Preston and the Windsor. The Windsor Courtyard work continues. Plans to be complete by May. The waterfall feature is being installed. That's what that wall is. Outdoor kitchen stonework is also underway, and the Healthy Options Cafe extension. They're going to be erecting structural steel and they're demolished the metal trellis that is north of Harrisville Hall. This is a look at the construction schedule. You can see that the Carlisle building is exterior basement walls are being poured the next couple weeks. The garage level exterior basement wall, the basement floor. So basically the third level of the parking garage is being poured. The Windsor infill tower, they're working on waterproofing the south wall. They're forming up the east wall over the next week or so, and then they're going to form up the west wall and pour those walls over the next 2 weeks. The demo and the trellis, that should have occurred over the weekend, and then they're erecting steel for the next 2 weeks for the extensions of the restaurant. The courtyard improvements, so the courtyard materials are being brought in, the fountain facade is being formed up, the fire pits, stonework, the gas tie-ins are occurring, the outdoor kitchen rough-in has occurred and is occurring, the stone facade is being placed on the outdoor kitchen, the bocce ball court is being worked on next week, the fountain area is receiving its special surface, masonry screen walls being installed, and the irrigation is being worked on next week. Bridge number 2 should be receiving stucco over the next 2 weeks, and sheetrock walls and framing of the ceiling will be occurring this week. Just the idea of the overall site plan. You can see the expansion tower here. This is the Windsor expansion tower that's being formed up. And then the Carlisle building that we're working on, the third basement level of the parking garage currently. This is a picture of the Windsor Courtyard rendering, just to talk about it a little bit as requested. You can see that the restaurant is being brought out into the courtyard more. There will be outdoor seating beyond that restaurant wall. And then there's going to be some shade that's going to be included with some louvers that can be opened and closed. So provide for more shade. We found that the trellis, the metal trellis, didn't work very well. This is the water feature wall that we've been talking about being installed right now. And then there's outdoor exercise therapy equipment right here in this location. And then there's also some more walking areas and multiple different surface areas back over here. You can see the fire pit that we've been talking about. The fire pit seating area is located right here. And then the outdoor cooking area is here. And then this is the new activity area. It's a bocce ball court that can be used for other things. And then there'll be some green space, a walking trail around it, although it will be flat on this side as we're bringing in the Windsor expansion tower. And this is going to be rehab and the gymnasium. And then the pavilion that's currently out there is receiving a new fireplace as part of the upgrade. So you can see this is the finished courtyard. We maintain the raised beds over here in this area and this conversation area, as well as these conversation areas. This pavilion area will receive a fireplace right here. This is the outdoor cooking area I was talking about. This is the fire pit conversation area, the outdoor dining for the restaurant, the exercise area. This is that water wall right here. And then this is a new therapy area. It has different walking surfaces for resident therapy to help residents get used to walking on different surfaces. I also have some stairs and a ramp feature over here to use for rehabilitation training, things like that. The walking trail was right here. And then the activity area that we discussed will be located right here. So I hope that answers a lot of your questions. So in the Windsor Courtyard, the amenities that we're receiving when it's finished is an improved water feature, water wall, outdoor dining area, fire pit seating area, which we currently don't have, a walking trail, outdoor fireplace, which we don't have currently, an outdoor grill and cooking area with a pizza oven, outdoor therapy, exercise equipment, walking surfaces, new activity area, bocce ball, horseshoes, etc. And we will be expanding Harris Bell Hall to include the deck that was outside of Harris Bell Hall. That's a recent addition to the project. There's no better time to increase the size of Harris Bell Hall. They had to demolish the parapet wall, so the half wall that surrounded the deck off of Harris Bell Hall, to do some work on the roof. And I was like, well, if we're going to do that, why don't we take in that area and include it in Harris Bell Hall and do some improvements to Harris Bell Hall? So we're pushing to do that. And I will share the design for Harris Bell Hall once we get finalized and priced and that work begins. But we did go ahead and remove the metal trellis, and we did the demolition work to get that project off the ground. This is the Carlisle building after it's complete. This is the most recent rendering we have of it. And just to give you an update on the selections process, we're almost finished with selections on all the apartment homes in both the Windsor Expansion Tower and the Carlisle building. If you get a chance and you see Tessa, congratulate her. She did an excellent job in getting all of those selections done. We still have about 90 priority members waiting on apartments. So if we do have someone that falls off of the Carlisle apartment list and they move into Westminster sooner, then we can backfill those with those folks that are still waiting for an apartment. And again, we have about 90 of those. To give you an update on 2021, just building and grounds projects. We did complete the chiller and the cooling tower, and both of those have been tested. They are working well. So those projects were completed. We won't have to bring the mobile chiller back. And the warranty on the chiller and cooling tower is 20 years. So that should be a good functioning air conditioning system on the Preston for many, many years to come. The Preston interior window work is almost completed. We have actually about 240 apartments that have been completed. That number needs to be updated. The solar film is underway. We have approximately 20 apartments completed and about 40 to go. The Preston flooring replacement is being completed on the first floor. We have completed the second, third, fourth, and fifth floors, except for the vinyl tile, which should be installed soon. Again, they're working on the first floor carpet. The fourth floor laundry room is still in demolition, but we should be seeing some improvements in those areas pretty soon. The Preston courtyard wastewater line was replaced. It made a mess of the courtyard, and I apologize for that. I know it's a major inconvenience, but it's been raining anyway, so maybe it's a good time to do that work. There's probably really no good time to do it, but I feel like we're well underway to repairing the courtyard. Brightview will be doing their work and getting our courtyard back to normal. The hot water upgrades and water softening of the campus. The water softening systems should be installed soon. We expect to have that done by mid-February. We, this week, are installing a new, larger recirculating pump for the hot water on the Windsor building. So you should see a significant increase in the capacity for hot water in the Windsor building. We are also, again, installing water softening for the entire campus and have identified a company to do that work and maintain it for us. And they're very reputable. They do commercial softening all the time. That's their specialty. Again, that system should be installed by mid-February. Just some COVID reminders: always wear your mask when outside of your home or when receiving services in your home. Please practice good hand hygiene. Do not touch your face, eyes, or mask when you're out and about. Travis County, Austin is in stage 5. So please stay home as much as possible. Don't go anywhere except for essential trips. Limit travel and extended visits. Maintain social distance of 6 feet or more wherever you're at. And follow all precautions even after you receive the vaccine and the 2 doses. We need to follow all precautions still, and be very diligent in making sure that we follow those precautions, keep our community and neighbors safe. Thank you all. Thank you for making Westminster an extraordinary place to live and work. I appreciate you all. Stay strong. Until next time.